All right, I have to get my water. All right, Shalom, Shalom, Akim. Is the highest spirit way in Judah of the GMS Mississippi camp. Give it all honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Kodash. I also want to give double honor to our apostles, a great millstone, rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David, the elect. All right, let me just adjust this camera. All right, and what I want to go into today, I want to go in a live stream, going into how this is Yahawah by Hashem, Yahawashi's planet, man. All right, because there's a series on Netflix in which I enjoy watching. It's called Our Planet. It has different episodes going into the workings of how the jungle works, how the ocean works, how the forest works. And it's funny, it's called Our Planet, but it's not our planet. So Esau tells me that this is our planet. This is Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi's planet, man. All right. This is Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi's planet, man. All right. And we're going to get into the scriptures to prove that this is Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi's planet. Okay. And shalom to the Akim, all right, who are tuning in, and shalom in advance to the Akim, all right, who are soon going to tune in. All right. So I just want to start out with this is the book of Sirach, the scripture that I really enjoy using. All right. See, we don't really have time to just play games, man, because we have too much that we have to learn. When you come into this knowledge, there's a great table of information, a great buffet of information that we have to consume. So we don't really have time to really just be lukewarm in this truth, okay? But this is Sirach, chapter 18, and I started verse 1. He that liveth forever created all things in general. Yahawah only is righteous, and there is none other but he, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. And that's what I wanted to go into today. This is Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi's earth, and he has absolute control over every activity on this planet Earth, man. All right. He has all power and control over everything on this planet Earth. All right. And when you get into the scriptures like this, it shows you the power, the fierce majesty, and the fierce power of that great and terrible demon-like power, Yahawah Hashem Yahawashai, man. All right. Because just like how you have a fish tank, the Most High has the ocean, okay? Just like you have a pit bull, you're going to see that the Most High has Leviathan, okay? This is his planet, and he has absolute control over everything that happens on this planet, man, all right? Sirach 18:3 again. Who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. For he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from profane, all right? But he's the king of all. It says all things obey his will, okay? So let's just get more scriptures proving that, this is the Most High's earth, This is the Most High's earth. This is his sandbox, his toy box. You might have been a child at a beach, and you might have built castles and stuff, on the beach, man, all right? The Most High did that with empires, man. The Greco-Roman Empire, the Babylonian Empire. This is the Most High on the beach playing World of Empires, Age of Empires, okay? This is Psalms chapter 50. Psalms chapter 50, verse 10. It says, Psalms 50 and 10. For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills. So all these things belong to Yahawah Hashem Yahawashai. It says, every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills. I know all the fowls of the mountains. All right, this is the Most High talking about his possession called the planet Earth and everything that belongs to the planet Earth. He says, I read that again, Psalms 50:11. I know all the fowls of the mountains, and the wild beasts of the field are mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell thee, for the world is mine and the fullness thereof. All right? The world is Yahawah's, man. This world is his world. That means, and this is not just, you know, just like you might have a supervisor at a job with a CEO, man. See, they're really imitating the Most High, all right? Because they might have some building that they own and they run their operations. What happens? They have surveillance cameras, all right? They're playing the Most High, all right? They have that power in their ranking system, and that gives them absolute power of what goes on, man. They give orders. They might give one of the subordinates to fire their subordinates, and they have to follow out their order without argument, okay? Because their CEO, he's playing the Most High, okay? And that's how the Most High is on the planet Earth. When the Most High wants to take you back to the spirit world, he'll give an order to his constituents, man, and they'll just follow their order and take you out. And let me get it real quick, all right? See, I had a couple base scriptures, but you know, the spirit allows us to kind of, you know, move around a little bit, but we'll bring it back to that main key point, man. All right. See, the Most High is that chairman of the earth. And the chairman is just a buzzword for the man who sits on the throne, man, that power who sits on the throne, okay? So I can get this real quick. All right. This is Sirach, on the book of Ecclesiastes 8:8. There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he power in the day of death. There is no discharge in their war. And this is talking about you so-called dying, or the Most High snatching your spirit back up to the spirit world, man, back to the Heavenly Father. There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he power in the day of death. And there is no discharge in their war. Neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. All right? But that's pretty much the point. All right? Hey, there's no, you can't resist your spirit going back to the spirit world, man. And just how I gave that example of the CEO telling his subordinate to fire one of their subordinates, all right, the Most High can send an angel to fire you off this planet Earth, man. All right? Let me get that real quick. Because this is the Most High regulating. Like they had a song with Nate Dogg and Warren G called I Had to Regulate. This is the Most High regulating on a day-to-day basis on this planet Earth. All right? Sirach 30, 39, and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. All right? And those spirits manifest themselves in different things, in which what we're going to get. That's what we're going to get. All right, but keep in mind, these angels are the Most High's subordinates, man. These are his agents. Look at the word agents. It goes back to the definition 1 cent. All right? Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. It says they should rejoice in his commandment. They should be ready upon earth. All right, see, this is the Most High managing his planet. This is house management. This is the Most High ruling his kingdom. All right, because the earth is a part of his kingdom. All right, this is the Most High managing his earth. Okay, this is the Most High regulating, like I said. All right. They should rejoice in his commandment, and they should be ready upon earth when need is. And when the time is come, they should not transgress his word. All right? So, I mean, that's pretty much the point I want to, make. That that's the Most High managing his earth with his angels, all right? And these spirits manifesting themselves as different agents of judgment, okay? But that's the Most High has judgment. He make things happen on this planet Earth, man. All right, to maintain balance, okay? And from there, I want to get Psalms 104 and 26. All right. As a matter of fact, I'm not gonna get that. I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna read Sirach 18:3 again because I want to build on another point. That just goes back to show you that look. The Most High is the king of the earth, and he runs the earth right now. He's a living power. All right. All right. So I'm going to get Sirach 18 and 3 again. Then I'm going to build on another point. Sirach 18 and 3. Who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. So let's get an example of all things obeying his will. All right. We get the book of First Kings. Okay. First Kings. And we're in that time. This is good to know because when times get rough, all right, we're coming into dark times. And there's a reason why our forefather King David, he wrote about, armies being compassed against him, that he called upon the name of Yahweh, and Yahawah'S to deliver him, man, because we're coming into that time, man. And these storm troops, these United Nations troops, man, all right, you've been the enemy of the state because you don't want to plug into the system by way of Maxine or that chip, man. All right. This is 1 Kings 17 and 2. It says, and the word of Yahweh came unto him, saying, get thee hence. And that him is Elijah. Okay. Get thee hence and turn thee eastward and hide thyself by the brook Cherith that is before Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee. All right. It says that I have commanded the ravens to feed thee, man. All right. What does that mean? This is more proof that the Most High has absolute control over everything on this planet Earth, man. The Most High already pre-commanded the ravens that when my servant gets here, y'all feed him. He already gave them that order, man. All things obey his will. All right, that's power. That's where you get the term omnipotent. Omnipotent goes back to omnipotent, all powerful, man. All right. So 1 Kings 17 and 3. 17 and 4. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. So he went and did according unto the word of Yahweh, for he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith that is before Jordan. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. All right? And that's the point, man. The Most High commanded the ravens to feed him. Why did the Most High command? Because this is his earth. This is his planet. All right? Going back to the Elisha, where those little deviant kids, man, those little bastard kids were teasing Elisha because he was bald. All right? He might have had a horseshoe or whatnot, however it played out, but they were teasing him. He got fed up and cursed them in the name of Yahawah'S. And then 2 she-bears came at those children and devoured them, man. But he did that in the name of Yahawah'S. So the Most High commanded those she-bears to devour those children, man. That this is his earth. This is his planet, man. All right, like you have your house and you run everything in your house. You got your wife, you got your children, and your dog is obedient. Hopefully your dog is obedient at least. All right, but because that's your domain. All right, this is his domain. And he has absolute control. He's a dictator. Esau makes you hate dictators. The Most High is a dictator, man. Okay? And moving on, all right, I'm going to get Psalms 104, all right? Just showing you, look, this is the Most High's planet, all right? And that's how you have your domain. This is his domain, all right? Psalms 104 and 26. This is another example that, like I said, this is his kingdom, his house. Psalms 104 and 26. There go the ships. There is that Leviathan whom thou hast made to play therein. All right. So the Most High created Leviathan to play in the sea. All right. You might have goldfish, right, in your fish tank. Well, the Most High has Leviathan, man. You might have a pit bull in the backyard. The Most High has Leviathan in the ocean to play in the ocean, man. All right. And that's just the type of power that the Most High is, man, because the earth is a big, majestic paradise. All right. If you take man out the equation, mainly Esau, the animals are just eating, chilling, The elephants eating on trees all day, eating on go-to-cola leaves all day, depending on where they are. Or you have a lot of cattle eating on grass. Hey man, this is just the Most High's paradise, man. All right, going to show you he's an Israelite. All right, we just chilling, you know. But he's also regulating, okay? And just to further prove the omnipotence of the Most High, let me get Matthew 10 and 29. Because, you know, a lot of us came out of that Christian world, man, that you really don't know your power, all right? Because that's the most watered down belief system ever, all right? Matthew 10 and 29. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them should not fall on the ground without your Father? So, hey, a sparrow is not going to die without the order of the Most High. That's why it says in Samuel, I'm the Most High power. All right, I kill, I make alive. This is the Most High declaring his power, man. The nature of the Most High is that he often declares his power. He did it to Job, all right? He tells you, look, if everybody's scared of Leviathan, how much more me? I created him. I kill, I make alive, all right? But the Most High is all powerful and all knowing. Let's read the term omniscient. Omniscient means all knowing. I read this again, Matthew 10 and 29. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? All right, so even the Most High is that meticulous that he controls and dictates when it's time for a sparrow to die, man. A sparrow to go back to the earth, because the animals don't go to the spirit world. All right? Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them should not fall on the ground without your Father? But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. All right? Because we belong to Yahawah'S. I think it says somewhere in Ezekiel, the souls of men belong to me. Like there are plenty of accounts where Yahawah'S declares his power, man. Like the souls of men belong to me. All right, their souls, their spirits belong to me. Hey, the Most High knows the very hair, the count of the hairs in your head. Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Yahawah'S Barakatah. Right, and Yahawah'S Bashawakakodash Barakatham to you, Akim, that's tuning in. It says, but the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. All right? And don't get me wrong, I got to look it up. But I remember this song. I remember the song that was real popular back in the day. I think it goes like this. His eyes is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. Because it's basically I think they referenced that from Matthew. His eyes is on the sparrow, so I know he watches me. His eyes on a little bitty bird, so I know he watches me. So they got that from Matthew, the book of Matthew, man. But that's the power of Yahawah'S. All right? Even when America gets destroyed and the land of Israel gets destroyed, it tells you in Joel that they're going to know Yahawah'S. That's what it's all about. Egypt got destroyed, or came into power and got destroyed, so the whole world can know the Yahawah'S. And we're supposed to be ambassadors of him, the Israel of Yahawah'S. Okay? Here's just another example, one of the final examples of the Most High showing, who he is. All right? The book of Joshua. Okay? We're going to get up the book of Joshua, the 10th chapter. Pretty much get to the point. All right? The book of Joshua, chapter 12. Chapter 10, verse 12. It says, Then spake Joshua to Yahweh in the day when Yahweh delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ahilon. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Now, it was Joshua that said it, but who actually gave that commandment to the sun? It was Yahawah'S, man. All right? Because all things obey his will. But he has select men that have that power in his name to make those things happen. And we're going to get back to that, man. And this is why we terrify the other nations, man. All right. It says, verse 13, Joshua 10 and 13. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is not this written in the book of Jasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven and hasted not to go down about a whole day. So the Most High power, all right, the Most High power had the ability, all right, using his servant to allow the sun to stay in the sky, man. Now, out of all the technology Esau has, this caveman can't make the sun stay still. All right. All right, let me see. Verse 14, and there was no day like that before it or after it that Yahweh hearkened to the voice of a man. For Yahweh fought for Israel. All right. And, that's pretty much the point. I think I got most of the scriptures. Yeah, I think I got pretty much, most of the scriptures that I wanted. But, hey, man, this is the Most High planet. All things in existence obey the will of Yahawah'S. All right, all things obey his will. And some of the examples we got, one of the examples were during the time of Elijah, all right? Right, they're trying to block out the sun, man, all right? That's what happens when you give a caveman power. He does stupid stuff, all right? But all things obey the will of Yahawah'S, all right? He can use it, and you're going to see that power in the times to come, man. Because one thing about the Most High, he has care for his elect. And he maneuvers the actions of the whole world around the care of his elect. Meaning, if the Most High want to give you a job, the Most High can fire somebody the day before, all right? Do it 401k, job security. But if the Most High want to give you that job, little do you know, the Most High can fire that man. And that's the, you get it. That's the reason why you got to call back, because he has care for his elect. And that's how the Most High moves, whether you like it or not. All right. Somebody might be out to kill you. All right. Next thing you know, dude get bit by a snake. But now you know that, I'm quite sure your brothers knew, but now the edification is out that, hey, man, all those things are of Yahawah'S, man. All right. The pleasant and the not so pleasant. But with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Chakadosh. Double honors to our apostles, great millstone, rule well. Peace and blessings to the house and everything elect. With that, Abba, and Kwame, Shalom.